This was the best trade deadline of all time. So I know in the title it says hot takes, and we will get to those hot takes later. But just to talk about the trade deadline was elite. Starting off with Kyrie getting traded on Sunday. Out of nowhere, last night, Kevin Durant decides that he wants out. Caught me off guard because I seen that they were having a meeting about his future. I think that was yesterday. I seen that report from Woj, and I was like, bro, and y'all seen it in my videos. I kept saying, I don't expect the Nets to just bang, bang, bang. Kyrie requested a trade on Thursday. You trade him on Sunday. KD requested a trade on Tuesday. You trade him on Thursday. I didn't expect shit to go that way. Well, it went faster. The whole thing with Kyrie happened, and then they talked with KD yesterday, and then they traded him at night. Shit like that, I just didn't expect to happen. And then waking up to the package, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, along with a couple of picks. How do I feel about that trade? I felt like the Nets rushed. I felt like Josiah rushed because he just wanted to get some shit done. Like, this is why I said Kyrie fucked him up. Because Kyrie decided that he wants to get traded on Thursday, a week from the deadline. It hurt. Because if he would have did this like 2 weeks ago, okay, Josiah can look at his offers for Kyrie, then he can look at his offers for KD. No, he was so set on just trading him to Phoenix that he didn't even get time to put out there that, oh, KD requested a trade. So now he had to take that offer. It was a good offer. Don't get me wrong, it's a good offer. You got two good 3-and-D wings that if you're trying to make a quick rebuild, they're pretty good wings to have. They're already on the contract. And you got some picks. I understand that. But I just felt like you could have got some better offers out there. You could have got something from the Raptors. They could have gave you Scotty. I'm pretty sure they would have gave up Scotty this time. You could have got Trey Murphy or Herb Jones from the Pelicans or even B.I. if that. You could have got some better pieces out there. But like I said, I understand them making the deal. I like the deal for both sides. One thing I want to just get this out of the way. Ben Simmons, you have to lock in. This is the perfect team. This is a perfect team built around Ben Simmons that I've ever seen. Perfect team. You got Ben Simmons at the 1. You have Cam Thomas at the 2. You have Mikal Bridges, a 3-and-D wing. You have Cam Johnson, who can start at the 4 if he wants to, another 3-and-D wing. You got Seth Curry, Joe Harris off the bench, and other shooters like from top to bottom is just shooting. Other than Nick Claxton, top to bottom is shooting. You still got, I forgot, they still have Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith. Like, the Nets are a sneaky good team, but Ben Simmons has to try. I know I seen that report yesterday that he said it's going to take time for me to get back to my old ways. And I understand that. It took Clay a year to get back to his old ways. I think Clay is not back to like 2017, 2019 Clay, but he's back to playing at an all-star level. I think it might take Ben Simmons some time, but even Clay wasn't this fucking bad. Like, Ben Simmons, you are a bad player. You have no value on the market. They wanted to trade you so bad. They just couldn't. So he has to lock in because that's just it's bad. But for the Suns, bro, you have fucking Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, DeAndre, and that top 4 right there. Chris Paul sliding down to the 4th option instead of being the 2nd option. Like, come on out. That's a really good trade. I think people underrate that team. You still got Torrey Craig, who's not a household name, but is a good defender. Josh Okogie has earned his spots. The way fucking Bismack Biyombo looks next to Chris Paul, that's why I said Chris Paul's not washed because he still just has a major impact on the game. You still got Cam Johnson. You just traded for Darius Bazley, which was a good trade. That was a good low-key trade, especially for defense, bro. So they're the best team in the West. I'm just going to say it. The biggest losers of the trade deadline is the Nuggets because the West just looks so clear for them to win. You get the Lakers deal that we talked about yesterday. You got the Kyrie deal. You got this deal. It's like, damn, fuck. Now, some people, we look like the 3rd best team in the West instead of the 1st. So that's how I feel about that. We got some other trades that I would just quickly go by. Like I said, the D-Lo trade that happened yesterday, Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, all that. Mike Conley, we talked about that. Even late last night, Jakob Poeltl got traded. Didn't really mind that. Jay Crowder to the Bucks, I feel like that's a needle mover. That's a PJ Tucker type trade that they made a couple years ago. I love a lineup potentially of Jrue Holiday, Chris Middleton, or Jrue Holiday, Pat Connaughton, Chris Middleton, Jay Crowder, and Giannis. Just to close games out. I love that lineup. But if you want to start Jrue Holiday, Jay Crowder, Chris Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez, like that's a really good lineup. That's a really good lineup defense wise. Holy fuck. They got it. That's a really good trade. The Warriors did something that not a lot of other teams did. Like, a lot of other teams got bigger names. The the Warriors just got shit that fit them. They got a piece that was huge to what they did last year, and that's Gary Payton Jr. I feel like they're gonna be good until Steph comes back. They're gonna be good. They lost in the nail biter yesterday, but they're going to be fine until Steph comes back. Luke Kennard to the Grizzlies, don't really move that much. Same thing with Jalen McDaniels to the Philadelphia 76ers. That doesn't move that much. Josh Hart to the Knicks. I didn't really understand the trade. Josh Hart's not who he once was. Still a really good rebounder, still a decent defender, but he doesn't shoot no more. I don't know if I can say he can't, but he just doesn't shoot no more. So I don't know what's up with that. Eric Gordon finally got traded. Josh Richardson to the Pels, probably one of the most underrated pickups for his defense and his shooting. Sadiq to the Hawks. I really don't know how I feel about that. James Wiseman finally got traded. A lot of people saying they should have took LaMelo. I even said at that time, they should have took Onyeka Okongwu. He just didn't have the name that James Wiseman had, but he would have fit so perfect. But they finally cut their loss with that. TJ Warren was in that KD trade, which is, again, like they damn near fleeced that trade, bro. Cause you could have got way more. Mason Plumlee to the Clippers. Like, I don't know if I got any hot takes about this under the post I made, but I'm pretty sure the Clippers won the trade deadline for me. Everything else not really big. Bones Highland to the Clippers. Cam Reddish finally got free, so hopefully my boy can turn up. Other than that, there's some other weak ass trades. So it's time to go through these hot takes. So I do hot takes a lot around here. If you want to follow me on Twitter. I will put my ad below. But I said in this post, give me your trade deadline hot takes under the post, and everybody decided to quote tweet it. So now I gotta scroll. So the first one is the Lakers are going to overachieve with the amazing talent they brought in. I feel like they should be favorites for the 10th seed. I kind of feel like he's trolling. I don't know what he means by that. For my boy Horford News. I don't know. But I do think the Lakers are going to be a really hard out. Looking at the roster, it wasn't as good as I thought it was. But I still think we made a really good move with that trade from last night. And we got Mo Bamba today, which is not really nothing, but it's something, I guess. I don't know. This next one, it says the Suns aren't the immediate favorites that I've seen. Some people say they barely have depth contenders for sure. I disagree. They have depth, bro. Campaign, wait until he comes back. Hopefully he comes back soon. You still got TJ Warren, like I said. You got Darius Bazley. You got Torrey Craig. Like I said, with Chris Paul, he just makes Bismack Biyombo still look like a starting center in the NBA. I think that's good enough depth. Now, I do wish they had like a scoring option or a scoring punch off the bench, which they really don't have. But I feel like just having Kevin Durant and Devin Booker just gonna help that out. This next one is the Nets are still a good team. Can possibly be a second round team depending how the offense looks. No. They will have to face one of the top 4 teams, and one of the top 4 teams are going to be the Celtics, the Bucks, the Cavs, and the 76ers, and they will not win. It probably won't even go 4. I mean 5. It probably won't even go 5. I don't agree with that. Even though like I said, they do have a decent team. It's even guys below them like the Hawks, the Knicks, the Heat. I would take over them, bro. So I don't agree with that one. Thank you, Chowder, one of my boys that actually followed what the post said. Comment under the post. He said he had a lot. God damn. All right, let's break it down. Brooklyn is still a good team. Brooklyn is still a good team and can create some noise in the playoffs. Like I said, I don't agree. Phoenix still loses to Denver. Not enough size or defense to make it out the West. I do think they have the defense, the size. I think even Jokic said it. DeAndre Ayton guards Jokic the best out of anybody in the NBA. And I remember in that series a couple years ago, DeAndre Ayton turned up. So if they can get that, they can beat them. That's why I have them over them, just because that matchup alone. Now Jokic has gotten better, I can say that. But he just, even watching them, like when they played this year, he just always guards Jokic the right way. And I just don't think they have anything to stop Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. I understand their defense is pretty good. The pretty underrated part about the Nuggets is they do have a good defense, top 12. It's just I'm expecting that duo to be on some crazy shit. Lakers are a 6 seed at best. I agree with that. I think they have a lot of fighting to do to get up to that point. But I think like the Suns, the Nuggets, the Pels, the Grizz, I think they got a good head start to be sealed at that spot. So I agree with that. Warriors are still playing level. I agree, but I still think the Warriors can beat anybody in the fucking NBA. Other than the Bucks, I think they can beat anybody in the NBA. So, but I agree, they are still at a playing level. Clippers didn't improve their guard play. I think they improved their guard play, but they didn't get the guard that they needed, which is the guard that could slow the offense down. It was a playmaker first guard. I think they got Bones, who scores before he decides to play make. Same thing with Eric Gordon. So I understand what you tried to say, and I agree with what you what you meant to say, because I think they obviously did improve their guard play. It was running fucking Reggie Jackson and John Wall. So I kind of agree with that point. I didn't say my lip. All right, this one's from my boy Xavier. He said the Nuggets are still favorites in the West. And he said coaching, chemistry, it matters. I get that. I'm not mad if you say that. I wouldn't personally go with the Suns, but I get that. Said Joe Size in Indy, and not a hot take, just needs to be said. That's a fact, bro. He was probably the loser of the whole trade deadline. He said Josh Hart reignited on the Knicks. Hopefully, I just don't like. Let's talk about the Knicks real quick. Like, where do they go? Where do they go? Oh, a star might come here to be with this young core. It's not a star coming. It's not. We've been saying it for 5 years. Like, where do they go from here? I think the way they get to, like, that championship level is one of these top three that they have. They got to take a major jump, and I just don't see that shit happening, bro. I don't. I think they're, like, in a hard spot as far as their franchise. Next one, he says Memphis aren't close to contenders anymore. I never thought they were close, so yeah, I agree with that. Pelicans can pack it up this year. I don't know what you mean by that. I should have asked you. But I'm assuming he's saying like they're gonna be bad because the West did get better. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The Pelicans could fuck with anybody, fully healthy. They're a super team in itself. They can fuck with anybody, bro. Mark Williams stocked up, Shaden Sharp stocked up. I agree with that. Especially because hopefully Mark Williams actually starts now that Mason Plumlee's gone. But knowing fucking Steve Clifford, he probably did some dumb shit. Another one we got is the champ will be from the Eastern Conference. Yeah, I agree. Because everybody made moves, but especially on the West. But I still feel like the top two teams in the NBA are the Bucks and Celtics, and they are in the East. So, and I think they will win. I think the Celtics can lose to the Suns. I don't know if I would say the Suns can beat the Bucks though. I don't know. I think the Bucks are just crazy. I did. My boy McJay said we became a top 4 team in the West. I don't agree. Off face value, yeah, it looks like a LeBron, AD, D'Lo, but I would still take the Nuggets. I would take the Suns. Who else is at the top right now? Actually, maybe he's right, bro. Maybe he's right, because I do feel like it's like 4 or 5 contenders in the West. Yeah, you're right. Because I would take the Nuggets, I would take the Suns, and I would take the Warriors, and I would take the Lakers. Not in no order, but that's the top 4 teams if I'm not blanking. So you might be right on that. You might be right, my boy. Let me check the standings real quick. Because that actually couldn't be a fair point. Yeah, I would take us over the Mavericks. When I mean us, I'm talking about the Lakers. I know I have 2 teams. Forget about it. Yeah. We're top 4 team in the West. Top 4 team in the West. So you got that. We got another one. Not a hot take. I just hope Danny Green can stay in Houston and be a mentor for the young guys over there. I get it. I get it. But Danny Green's like 36. He probably just want to run one more dip. So he'd probably be gone soon. Next one, I think it's the last one actually. Oh no, we got 2 more. Toronto blowing it up at the deadline would have been the wrong move considering how weak the East just got. If you don't get what you want, why sell if you can't be good soon? I don't know if I agree with that or not. I seen that they said they didn't trade OG because the East did get weaker. And I just felt like that's dumb, bro. Like, what's so... Why do GMs like being so mediocre? Like, why do they like being in the middle? Why are they content with being in the middle? It's just... I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't agree with that. But I knew, as soon as they traded for Jakob Poeltl, I knew they wasn't trading nobody. Because that's the piece they've been looking for, just a center. So they're going to go back with the same weak ass lineup, no depth, and try to win. And it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think this is the last one. Oh no, I think we actually have a couple more. This one says the East is a 3-team conference. The Nets aren't going to be as bad as people think, and the Clippers' depth got stronger, and Portland need to blow it up. One, Portland does need to blow it up, but they are waiting on Dame. That's why I said Dame is holding them hostage. Clippers depth got stronger. Yeah, that's crazy for a team that had a limited amount of depth. It did get stronger. The Nets, like I said, they're going to be decent. The East is not a 3-team conference, and I kind of responded to the tweet on Twitter. I don't agree with that. I don't understand why people put the 76ers over the Cavs so easily, and I don't mean that with no bias, bro. The Cavs can be scary in the playoffs for a lot of people, just how good the defense is. And I don't think we get enough credit for that, bro. And then you add that to a playoff Donovan Mitchell. We know what he does in a playoff. I think we can fuck with everybody, bro. I don't know if we beat everybody. Oh, one thing, we're not fucking with the Bucks. I will say that. We are not ready for the Bucks. Evan Mobley has to take that Giannis jump before we can fuck with them. But I think we can fuck with the Celtics. I think we can take that to 6 or 7. I think we will beat the 76ers. The Heat, we will beat them. It's just, I don't know what y'all don't see, bro. I don't. Last couple months. Brooklyn front office must be cleansed. Yeah, that's true. Josiah, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Then we got this next one. We all owe Rob Pelinka an apology. I agree. He showed his ass. And this last one, the Clippers finished top 3 if there are no injuries. That if is a big if. It's a big fucking if. But they're already close to it. Kings fall down. They are the losers of the trade deadline, man. You had this great season, and you watching everybody else around you get better. And not just better, like they get way better. And you just sit. When you're like 3 games ahead of those teams that got better, I don't agree with that, bro. They should have did something, bro. It's you just had to do something right there. The Lakers completely turned their season around. I hope. I feel like with the Lakers' luck, some shit gonna happen. Malik Beasley gonna come over and not know how to shoot. Number 3 gets hurt again. Some shit most likely gonna happen. Warriors didn't actually get that much better. They didn't get better, but I still think they could beat everybody. I just got that much faith in Steph Curry. So that's it pretty much. A lot of these are repetitive. This last one's the best one. The Nuggets are one of the biggest losers, like I already said. It looked like a cakewalk at first, and then now you have to face a lot of guys that you probably won't beat. So, other than that, man, that is it for this video. We will be back with a video this weekend. I got a special video planned for y'all, so I'll see y'all later. Peace out.